First at 4, the home stretch and arguably the biggest race in the nation. Good afternoon. I'm Jesse Pagan.
I'm Nancy Alvarez. U.S. House District 6. It's a seat the Republicans are fighting to hold on to and hoping former State Senator Randy Fine will bring home tonight. On the other side, Democrat Josh Weil trying to flip that seat and further loosen the GOP's hold on the House.
U.S. House District 6 stretches from Palm Coast south into Volusia County and west into Lake, Putnam, and Marion counties. West News' Greg Fox live in Volusia County where the race is going down to the wire. Greg, the turnout has been something incredible.
It really has been. You're checking in the middle of the afternoon. You've got already crossing the 33% turnout mark in Flagler County and nearing 30% in Volusia County. That's better than in some midterm congressional elections in some years. Now take a look as we see the steady stream of people going inside the Calvary Christian Center. This is where there are 4 precincts located inside the building. We found plenty of voters with strong opinions about why they're casting ballots today. In precincts across the 6 counties that make up Congress District 6, voters kept on rolling in to cast ballots, and in several counties, Election Day voting exceeded vote-by-mail returns. Those we talked with said it's that important.
I want to see some change. We need change. We need new leadership. And we need a fresh start.
We're divided now. We need to come together.
So that's why you're out here making sure your vote counts.
Absolutely.
To no one's surprise, we found Josh Weil, a school teacher by trade, at the Flagler County Public Library in Palm Coast on Election Day. The Democrat star has been rising in the brief run-up to this special election, with more than $9.5 million pouring in from donors around the country, and his campaign the top priority of the Democratic National Committee. But Weil says this race is about the people of Central Florida.
We listened to the people here. We met with them. We heard their anger, their fear, and, we responded. And this has become a campaign about Social Security, Medicaid, Medicare, veterans benefits. That's where the people in this community are hurting.
Squeeze!
We caught up with former Republican State Senator Randy Fine talking with supporters outside of Volusia County precinct. He's hoping to keep this congressional seat red. And while the number of registered Republicans has outnumbered Democrat and independent voters, that may not guarantee a victory. As we take a look at the steady stream of voters coming out of this precinct, we'll tell you that we have talked with some voters who say that they are Republican, but that they have not voted for Randy Fine.
He comes from the gambling industry. He's pompous. He's full of himself. So is his wife. Just everything just seems so negative about him.
Fine tells me this election is all about the president.
Well, this is a referendum on President Trump. I mean, there are people who support him and they need to vote, and there are people who don't, and they're angry, and that's why they're voting. I think this is less about me and the other guy than it is about the Trump agenda versus the Bernie Sanders radical socialist agenda.
Both of the major party contenders will be holding election watch parties in Volusia County, the most populous of the 6 counties in Congress District 6. And again, you can take a live look at something that very few people predicted, a line of people going in for a special election at this or any of the precincts in the 6 counties. And it's only going to get busier between now and 7 when the polls will close. Of course, if you're in line at 7 o'clock, you will be able to vote. And because the early and mail ballots have already been tabulated, we should be able to get an idea of the winner in this race sometime within 30 minutes after 7 o'clock tonight is my prediction. Covering Volusia County, live in Ormond Beach, Greg Fox, West News.